To my attention that Liv Golf and the PGA Tour are going to be doing some kind of merger. This sort of reminds me of when the NFL AFL merged, how I learned about that through history. And the NHL did something similar. They merged with another hockey league. I can't remember what that other league was called, but they did like a little merger back in like the 70s. So similar to what the NFL AFL did. This is what this reminded me of. We'll get in all in this video. What is going on, everyone? This is the ZK Sports Show. And yeah, this is a very huge story. I understand that before I begin with this, I understand that my upload schedule has not been the greatest. I actually have been doing lots of college work over the summer. I've been doing summer classes right now. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this story. So I was doing my work yesterday, and I saw this come up on my phone, and it was an ESPN notification, and it said Liv Golf PGA Merger. I was like, wow, they're merging? Wow. How many mergers are we gonna get? You know, this is pretty big. Very big for the sport of golf. And I understand a lot of young people don't follow golf, you know. I sometimes follow it from time to time, you know, especially when the Masters on. It was really cool. I've also heard it's gonna be another like match game, but it's gonna be with like Stephen Curry and I think Klay Thompson are gonna be playing in it. That's what I've heard. More details will come on that in the future, but yeah. As stated in this article, the announcement deal to dramatically change golf is far from complete. So yeah, this will definitely change golf. So I actually covered this live golf situation on an older video of mine. I don't exactly remember what the video is called, but I remember covering it in an older video. It was from last year. I remember Live Golf forming. Yeah, as it states here, Live Golf, Saudi funded, upstarted whose emergence over the past year and half cleaved the sport into two, have agreed to join forces. So I thought that this would I thought these two leagues would be separate, like a competition, you know, allowing two leagues to compete with each other, you know, maybe get different players and, you know, different golfers and stuff to sign with one league, get deals, get partnerships with different companies that sponsor these stuff. So anyway, the PGA Tour holds tournaments every weekend, mostly in the United States, but also in other countries in North America, Europe, and Asia. With prize pools worth millions of dollars, the tour has been the home to practically every male golfer you can name: Jack Nicholson, Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer, and so on. It has relationships with, but separate from the organizations that stage men's golf four majors: the Masters Tournament, PGA Championship, US Open, and the British Open. Live Golf began in late 2021 with the former PGA Tour player Greg Norman as its commissioner and billions of dollars in backing from Saudi sovereign wealth fund, which is known as the Public Investment Fund. Live lured several PGA Tour players, including the major champions Phil Mickelson and Brooks Koepka, with massive pursuits and guaranteed payouts that far surpassed what they could earn on the established circuit. And that was a very huge story when that came out, when Phil Mickelson signed with Liv Golf, because this was like a different organization than the PGA. It's kind of like a major player. I guess I'll use Tom Brady for example, leaving the Patriots for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe he was traded, but that's an example I can give. So, Liv promised a sharp break from golf's fusty traditionalism, starting with its name, which when pronounced rhymes with give, but it's actually Roman numeral 54, the number of holes played in each tournament. Liv had music blaring at its events, loser dress code in team competitions, and tournaments that lasted 3 days instead of 4, further and particularly appealed to potential players with the PGA Tour tournaments, cut golfers with the worst scores after 2 rounds. Liv did not cut anyone. So, yeah, so Liv was trying to be a little bit more, I guess, hip, you can say, different than the traditional golf and stuff. So what was the relationship between the leagues before the deal was signed? To put it lightly, players who joined Liv were forced to resign from the PGA Tour and its European equivalent, the DP World Tour, under threat of suspension and fines. Liv sued the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour countersued litigation that is technically continuing. PGA Tour supporters and other critics of Liv said the venture was simply an attempt by the Saudi government to distract attention from its human rights record, while Liv supporters said the PGA Tour was a monopoly that used inappropriate strong-arm tactics to protect its position in big-time sports. So lots of people had arguments for one side, and lots of people had arguments for the other side. So what this was, Liv will do that, and then PGA will do this. So it goes there and that, and it's all one big pony show is what it was. So people criticizing the leagues, you know. So then there's that. So what exactly this is going to happen? So it's not sure when it's going to happen. So the first idea also has to be approved by the PGA's Tour Policy Board when it calls its board of directors, which includes some people who are left out of secret negotiations for this deal in the spring. The policy board is made up of 5 independent directors, including Ed Hurling and Jimmy Dunn, who helped negotiate the deal. The board also includes 5 players: Patrick Reed, Charlie Hoffman, Peter Malati, Roy McIlroy, and Webb Simpson. Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA Tour, said Tuesday that there were only a framework agreement and not definitive agreement, with many details still to decide. The definitive agreement needs a vote before it can go forward. In the rest for 2023, all tours remain separate, and all their tournaments will continue as scheduled. So this was the Q&A right here. You could pause to read it. I'll leave it right here for you guys to read if you want. I also will leave this in the link in the description if you want to read it. I'll also leave it in a pinned comment as well if you want to read this full article. But also, one player is not happy. This guy right here, Roy McIlroy, is not happy about this. So McIlroy reached to the news of the PGA Touring merger with the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund for the first time publicly. So he said this: "I hate LIV. I hope it goes away," McIlroy said, revealing his true feelings about the Saudi-backed LIV Golf. "I would fully expect that it does. I think that there is a distinction here. This is the PGA Tour, the DP Tour, and the PIF. Very different from LIV. Since its inception in 2022, LIV Golf has paid millions of dollars to former PGA Tour stars to join the PGA Tour." Anyway, we covered that earlier. So, mentioned the big names. So, lots of other people reacted to this. So we'll get to that in a bit. So, McIlroy felt it was like a sacrificial lamb, he said. And then, if you guys want to know my feelings on this, I don't really have an opinion on this. You know, I'm not really a huge guy that follows golf. I used to follow golf a lot when I was in high school. That's when I actually played golf, by the way, for those wondering. I played in high school. And I don't really have an opinion on this. So here's other players' reaction for this. So I like this one from Justin Thomas. So I like this one. That I really like this one. I'm a big fan of Justin Thomas. He does a pretty good job. So we got Love Finding Out the Newsway from Colin Morgan. Here's Phil Mickelson. Awesome day today. So just some general reactions that we get from different golfers. So let's see if I can find anyone. Don't know if I find out all my information from the text chains and ESPN owners like the rest of you. Stop texting me. Okay, that actually sort of made me laugh. So I guess that's another golfer right there. Joe Daheim. "I grew up for being a fan of the Four Aces. Maybe one day I get to play for them on the PGA Tour. It's a big loss for who defended the tour for the last 2 years." So yeah, lots of reactions from different... Some people cheering on. Sergio Garcia cheering on. He's got that. So people... Just some general reactions from people. I feel like Roy McIlroy is the one to kind of spoke out about this. He stated his feelings there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? Do you like this? Do you think it's going to hurt PGA or LIV? What do you guys think? And I'll try to upload more videos soon. I upload videos as I can. Anyway, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the video, share it with a friend, and see you guys next time. Peace.